Hello everyone, David here. An exciting new product plopped through my letterbox today. It's the Vuze XR. It's the new camera from HumanEyes, and it's really two cameras in one because it's both a conventional 360 camera with fisheye lenses on both sides, and it's also, at the press of a button, a VR180 camera with the fisheye lenses facing forward, allowing you to capture stereoscopic footage. Now this is very exciting for me because I like to record and use both of these types of video, both 360 degree for immersive video, choosing where you look later in the edit, or applying that cool tiny planet effect. And I also like to make virtual reality experiences where you get 3D or stereoscopic video. It's 5.7K altogether, which sounds like a lot, but you never quite know how resolution will translate to quality. I really want to see how it holds up in the field and what it looks like. So let's take a look together. I do want to point out this is not a paid video by HumanEyes. I bought the camera with my own money, so you're getting my raw, honest and unadulterated opinion. Okay, let's go. It is nicely presented in this box that proudly proclaims it is a dual 2D and 3D 180 VR camera. 5.7K resolution, very important, big selling point there. Inside we have another box, and inside here we get the camera itself. It's solid, it's weighty I would say, but not heavy. Inside here you get some very quick instruction manual and warranty, and then we have USB-C charging cable for it, wrist strap and protective case. Okay, let's take a look at photo quality. So here's a still picture taken with the Vuze XR. Looks fine from a distance. Let's compare that to one taken in the same place with the Xiaomi Mi Sphere. And let's zoom right in. So the Vuze captures stills at a resolution of 6000 by 3000, which is a 1-to-1 match for its 18 megapixel sensor. The Mi Sphere actually has a higher photo resolution of 6912 by 3456, and you can kind of see that reflected in the output image. Both of these are completely unprocessed, but you can see a bit more detail in the Mi Sphere around the railings and the details on the pillar and some of the details on those bushes and the leaves. The Vuze has quite a comparatively warm image, and the Mi Sphere looks quite cool in comparison, but these things can be fixed easily in color correction. I would say the dynamic range of both is not great. If you look up at the sky, on the Vuze it's quite washed out, and on the Mi Sphere it's also pretty washed out, but with ever so slightly more detail poking through. Now, from what I understand of the Insta360 One X and the GoPro Fusion, to take two very high quality examples, they both have very good dynamic range, so I'd expect to see a bit more detail in the sky creeping through there if you'd taken this shot with those cameras. Okay, on to video mode, and here's where you can really see the Vuze XR flexing its muscles, because as we zoom in, you can see that the Vuze has now got a lot more detail than the Mi Sphere, and that's to be expected because the Vuze is capturing video at 5.7K, which is almost as high as its photo resolution, and the Mi Sphere has dropped its video quality to about 4K, which still sounds high, right? But when you zoom in this much, you start seeing the softness. So the Vuze has now got a lot more details around the pillar compared to the Mi Sphere, where it's sort of started to soften out. It does have a tendency to beep a lot. and it'll beep every single time you want to change mode. Quite a lot. So if you wanted to record something in a quiet environment, it may not be usable. It beeps just when you change the camera mode to VR180 as well. It really won't shut up. And there's no option to change it in the settings, so you can't just set it to mute. At least yet. It's something that I think HumanEyes could relatively easily do in a firmware update. Okay, on to VR180. Now it's really easy to set it up into stereoscopic VR mode. You just press that button on the side and it beeps a couple of times, and after a few seconds it's ready to go. And the quality of the VR180 footage is really good. It's using that 5.7K resolution, and when you get that into a virtual reality headset, I tried it on the Oculus Go, it looks great. It's really making use of the resolution of the headset itself, which is a really good match for the resolution of the video. Yeah, it's very nice to look at. You get a good feeling of immersion. I'd say the one weak point is maybe the dynamic range. But if I was going to capture some sort of virtual reality experience, this is the tool I would use, because it's giving me the best resolution out of all of the cameras I currently own, and it's really easy and simple to set up. This is audio coming from the onboard microphone. It's actually better than I expected. It's still not quite up to the level of like a Rode Videomic Pro or something. Yeah, considering what it is, it's pretty good. One thing that plays in its favour is that it has two onboard microphones, so if you're recording in VR180 with both cameras facing forward, you'll actually get stereo audio. So the app itself is not in a great position at the moment. On my Android phone, I couldn't download a photograph from the camera to my phone at all. It always complained that the resolution was too high. But of course, I've used other 360 cameras with high resolution photographs and it's been fine, so I don't think it's a hardware limitation. You can sort of see what the camera is seeing, and line up the shot and stuff, but that's about it at the moment. I think they need to fix a few bugs in this, and then hopefully you will be able to download photos and then process them on your phone, because everyone wants that sort of quite fast workflow of getting from the camera to your phone and straight to Instagram. One thing that concerns me slightly is the Hinge. While it's wonderful to be able to keep converting between these different styles of shooting, it is a moving part, and any moving part has the potential to wear down and eventually break. Now, it's the sort of thing I would expect them to try and make it really rugged, because people are going to be doing this all the time, but still, it might wear down and break, so time will tell on that one. The HumanEyes VR Studio software is okay. I had some teething problems just trying to get it installed, and I think it was an issue with graphics card drivers. Hopefully these are things that HumanEyes will fix over the next few months. Once you get it running, it's really easy to download videos from the camera to your computer, and also to render them, so it will stitch the seam lines in 360 and warp the video in VR180 so that it completely fills the frame. It's hardware accelerated, so it's pretty quick to render if you have a decent graphics card. And one feature you definitely want to turn on is the horizon leveling feature. It basically is stabilization. So if you're on the move with it in 360 mode, turn that on and it will just stabilize everything. Now, it won't completely flatten the horizon, but you can do that yourself later in Premiere Pro. If you're wondering how long it will record continuously for, I set it going in 5.7K 2D 360 mode, and it recorded for about 45 minutes. It got pretty warm, but it ran out of battery before it overheated. So, would I recommend the Vuze XR? It's a tricky question to answer actually, because if you are a 360 photo fanatic, then maybe not, because the quality of its stills weren't as good as a camera in an equivalent price range like the Insta360 One X or the GoPro Fusion. They have better sharpness, better dynamic range, and better software for getting the photos from the camera onto your mobile phone, which you can then edit in something like Snapseed and upload to the internet. Or you could get a cut price Mi Sphere, which takes about the same quality photographs, and they are smaller and cheaper and lighter. However, if you are into virtual reality and you want to make your 180 immersive experiences, then I would recommend the Vuze XR because it is a really high quality VR 180 camera in a really small package, and it's really convenient and really quick to set up as well. Just turn it on, wait a few seconds, hit record, and you're recording VR. It's great. And if you are in my position and you kind of like doing both, then I think it's a very convenient product for you, because then you're ready to go and start recording either in a 360 photograph if you do want to take one of those, or recording your virtual reality experience straight away. There's only really one other camera at the moment that does an equivalent function, which is the Candao Q-Cam. I haven't tried it, but I think this is higher quality, judging from what I've seen on the internet. Okay, I'd love to know what you think of the Vuze XR, so please leave your comments in the section below. And if you like this video, please hit that like button, and you can help me out by subscribing to my channel. Okay, that's it for now. See you next time.